Hi, this is James Scott with Board on the Bayou. In this episode, we're reviewing the game Solenia by Mr. Sebastian. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name. It's 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. Takes 30 to 45 minutes to play. And this game is kind of one of those delivery type games. But if you like the games such as Century Golem or Splendor, you will probably love this game. Real easy to learn, real easy to teach, has a beautiful presence on the board, on the table. In this game, what you're going to be doing is you're flying this blimp. Everybody's together on the blimp. And as you're passing through day and night on these little floating islands, you are gathering different resources, and then you're trying to complete different orders that are on the board from the day and night people of these cities. The board is made up of these neat little pieces that fit together. There's 5 of them, 6. And as it travels, you'll take the bottom one off, flip it over, and it slides into the night, and you keep on going. In order to gather resources is simple. Everybody has the same 16 cards. They'll be shuffled up, and each of you get 3, with your different ship symbol on it. And as you see, they got a little hole in them. And you will place that as the ship passes by. You'll place it on there and gather that resource. In this case, 2 wheat, or if you put it over here, it'd be 2 stone. Simple, easy. You put it on one with a star. Those are the little cities. And you'll complete one of the delivery. Let's go down the board and show you a little bit more on how the game's played.
Alright, this is a basic Solenia 2-player setup. These are the players' ships. You have the summer side and the winter side. The winter side is for advanced play, which you use these cards to modify your ship, so you have a couple different things you can gather differently than other players. But for this, I'll just show you the basic. Everybody's playing off the main blimp, and we're traveling from the night to the day to back to the night, gathering and delivering resources to the various floating cities. As you can see on these cities, they have various resources, and these various cities, the ones with the stars of the cities. On your turn, you'll have 3 cards, and these cards will have a 1, 0, or 2 on it. And you will place them adjacent to the blimp or your card. Or if you want to place further away, you pay 1 resource for every spot you skip. So if I place it here, you look through the little window, that's 2 water resources, so I'd gather 2 water, and I would put 2 water on my blimp. Next player would go, they place 1, so he would get 1 water for on his blimp. And I would go, back up to 3 cards, I would gather, let's say I would gather 2 stone. So I would take 2 stone, put 2 stone here, and then they go, and then they want to gather 2 wood. So put 2 wood. And now I'm going to do a double one here. I'm going to play the 0. Now 2 things are going to happen. This means I'm going to try to delivering to a light city. So I look at a daytime city, and I would pay the resources on any of these orders that are up here. And let's just say I had this wood here. And I would pay, let's say I had the wood, okay. So I would pay 2 stone and a wood. I would place this up here, and I'd gain that as a little reward. These are little symbols, or, and stars. And I would gain 4 stars. I'm sorry. Gained my 4 stars. And now what I would do is now this whole board shifts. This is one of the really unique, fun parts of the game I really like. You take this bottom section, everybody's cards that are on this bottom section. So if we had, let's say this guy had been going along. These are some bad examples. Let's get some better examples. Here we go. This guy had really went along that bottom line knowing it was going off. He would gather, this would tell you, this he'd get 1 stone. So he'd get 1 stone for this card going off. This one here says if this one is on a blue, which is on the blue one, he gets 1 star. So he would gain a star. This one here said if it's on the yellow type, he would gain a star, which it wasn't, so he don't get nothing. You take this, flip it over, slide the whole thing up, and move the ship up 1. And you play keeps continuing until players are all out of cards. So 16 turns. And of course you would replace this. And that's basically the simpleness of Solenia. That's really all there is to it. There's some more nuances and some other stuff on it, but on the advanced side, it's a little bit different because on these you got to place an order. The winner side, you can place in either of the 1s, and then you can place in either one of the 2s. Now, when you place your 3rd one, so if I could place a 1 here, and I could place a 2 here if I wanted, but I couldn't place another 2 here. I could either do a 3 or I could go back to a 1 because you need 1 of each. So it's a little bit more thinking. There's also the random squares are going to go here if you want. I really recommend doing the advanced one pretty much right after you start playing. Cardboard stock is pretty standard. The board is the same. The pieces fit together real nice. As you can see, they snap. They just slide out. You can gather your stuff, flip it. And as you would see, eventually what's going to happen is this will, let's see, that back should be up here. You'll actually change back over. Now you're heading in towards nighttime. So you'll go through, depending on how often people play the zeros and how many players it is, you may transition between day and night a little more often. I love it. It's so different than any other game out there. The only thing I don't like about it is the rules. It's 4 pages of rules. It is a simple game. I just wish it was explained a little bit better, I guess. After you've read it or learned the basic rules or watched a playthrough and you read the rules, you're going, okay. But I found the first time I read the rules, I was more than a bit confused. On the back, it'll have for playing the other variant with the improvement tile and the winner side board. There is a little appendix which will tell you how to play the solitaire, and also how on the different on these little powers that go on their ships. A little more better explanation on it. The box comes with these little dividers in. Mixed blessing. I love the fact that they thought of it. Only problem is people with meatier hands. It's a little harder to get down in there because there's not a whole lot of resources. I mean, it's enough for the game. It just they sit so down there low. You gotta kind of fight to get down in there. And the stars are fine. And that's basically Solenia. We'll go back up to the top for my final thoughts. Thank you.
All right, and that's the basics of Solenia. It's real simple, easy to play. Beautiful game. Artwork is top notch. Quality of the material is pretty much what you can expect. I can't say enough about the art. I just love this style, and I mean, it's one of the few boxes I would actually like to have framed on my wall. I love that style. The card quality is nice. The different components are good quality, little wooden tokens. The box has the little dividers. You could take it or give it. I would probably just put them in baggies because, like I said, sticking my meaty paws down in there is kind of a little difficult. Maybe put something in them to raise them up might make it a little bit better. The only gripe I probably have about the game is the rule book, whereas it's only 4 pages, and well, 6 if you include the appendix and solo rules. But I just found the layout and the way it was read, way I read through it, I found it a bit difficult for me. It just may have been me, but it's actually really easy to learn. If you watch any of the videos, if you just watching mine is probably enough to get you started easily in the game, and it's going to pick up real easy. Great game. Definitely give this one a 9. Like I said, it would probably be a little bit higher if it some of the other changes, but other than that, I can't wait to see what else they're going to do for this game, because this game has a lot of potential in the long run. So, like I said, if you like the games such as Splendor, Century Golem, or any type of those ones where you gather resources and deliver, you want a good family game, beautiful art, you can't go wrong with this game. This is James Scott with Board on the Bayou. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe below. Thank you.